Yeah, yeah, screen is fine. So we'll start. I'm really happy that some of you are regularly participating and writing. The most important thing is even if one person starts writing because of this initiative, I'm really happy. That is all there. And we will also see some copies today. I really found some interesting copies that have been posted in the group. Okay, what to write, what not to write. So we will spend 15 to 20 minutes learning from our peers. I mean your peers, so that you'll have an idea of what is a good essay. Now, the topics are familiar, right? All of you know the topic. That is uncertainty, the topic. Okay. Now, I hope the screen is visible, right? Yeah. What happened in this particular copy is this is what we call as brainstorming page. So everybody have their own style, his or her style to brainstorm. But the problem with this is if you brainstorm in such a fashion, okay, without clear-cut boundaries, in the long run, let's imagine you have spent few seconds, few minutes thinking about a particular dimension. You may or may not bring that particular point into the writing part. Okay, while you're writing 4 pages, 5 pages, you think, okay, what else I can add? And you forgot one point. If you go back, it may not be so easy to recollect. Again, this is not to criticize like this is bad brainstorming. Everybody have their style. Maybe that person is very comfortable in this brainstorming. Okay, the thing is there are simple ways to bifurcate, like intro, body part, conclusion part, criticism, or you can draw a 4 line something like this. Okay, right? So you can bifurcate the copy into like this. So there are multiple styles. Now one more one more thing is you should try to complete the essays in as much time as possible, right? Not like 2 hours for the completion. So the major takeaway from this particular copy I want to discuss is this. See, everyone can have their own style of writing, but we will look at the conclusion part. Now, so this is the conclusion of that particular individual. So the thing is, do not conclude like this. Okay, that is what we can learn from here. Okay, when you write something in Hindi, you are supposed to translate it second time. Is it actually making sense? Is it completing the overall essay? Is it completing the overall essay? No, I don't think so. The topic is about uncertainty, right? Okay, so the only thing that is certain is uncertainty. This conclusion, in my opinion, is not relevant to that particular thing. So please read the entire copy. It is in the group. Okay, then come to understanding why this essay is bad. So why this conclusion is bad. What happens here is when you read the entire flow of the essay, you will exactly think and understand, okay, this is how the examiner will feel. If the examiner feels like this is not working for me, you will also feel like, okay, I should not be writing such intros. Okay. The only thing that you are just reiterating the given point. I have understanding all these things is moha maya, and only certain thing is uncertainty, and the beauty lies in exploring it. Okay. So this exploring part is the only value addition that actually bring to the entire conclusion. Like you want to venture into the uncertainty. Uncertainty is a happy zone for you that may or may not be possible, right? It can be more optimistic in nature. You can discuss like how to bring the thought process where you are ready for that uncertainty. Okay. So instead of saying Mohmaya, accept that it is one form of reality and you are ready for dealing with that one form of reality. Okay. So one more copy we can see is this. Okay. So this is one more conclusion, one more different conclusion. Okay. So here the quote is more about the Kabir's couplet, right? What are you learning here? How is it different from the earlier conclusion? Here, the conclusion is very clearly giving the optimistic vibe. It is clearly finalizing on one thing, that is perseverance, hard work, a never die attitude. Only time will change the seed to the flower. Okay, so certainty to uncertainty, seeds to the flowers. Okay, again, though they are different topics, here also the essence is more about optimism and bringing that optimism into the picture. Okay, right? So again, because I don't want to eat up too much amount of time, because most of you may not have read these copies, so but just I'm giving you an idea, like your conclusions can also be like this. You can bring in a quote. Okay, we'll see one more different style of practice. Sorry. So here the student has concluded with Rudyard Kipling's quote, the poem "If." Okay, so this is again one different style of concluding. This is also about the certainty, uncertainty. So what she's trying to say is, like, if you do certain things in the way you are supposed to do, automatically, okay, you can control the outcome. Okay, or maybe you will have a better life if you make your dreams, if you not make the dreams your master, but thoughts your aim. So optimism, bringing in the reiteration part, like if you can control yourself, if you can withstand the adversity, like Nelson Mandela, if you are not losing your nerve, then if you can hold on, if you have the patience, these all traits will lead to what? Everything in the earth and everything that is in it. Okay, you'll totally get it. So uncertainty will be there, but because of your character, your attitude, your thought process, your sthitapragnata and all those things, you'll become a better person. So this is one more way of ending that essay. I really hope most of you write, because reading it is easy. And the last copy, there are actually two copies. Let us see this. Okay. This is one more copy. This copy is by Dr. Pratyusha, I guess. Okay, so she has written a wonderful essay. In the same way, she has used, again, thanks to, again, not only Shruti Sharma, many toppers have started using it. But after Shruti Sharma, this Sanskrit quotes, Upanishad statements, all these things gained a lot of popularity. She have used them nicely, right? So she is arguing that uncertainty is inevitable. Okay, so you should not be worried about happiness or grief, profit or loss, victory or defeat. You should perform your duty righteously. So this is what we have discussed yesterday. I think somebody, Sumit was talking about nishkama karma. Okay, so you should do your duty without being bothered about anything. So more or less, this was our conclusion yesterday. Yes, and yes. Again, this copy also more or less brings the same thing, that an individual, his traits, his value systems is what will help him go through the uncertainty part. That means uncertainty will always be a part and parcel of your life. You cannot do much about it. Okay, but what happens is how you handle that uncertainty, how you plan for that uncertainty. Okay, now if you have the patience, I encourage you to go through her copy. But one thing is, intro is very good in this copy. She starts talking about the ISRO example, where mission Chandrayaan, we planned a lot. We wanted to land on the moon, but unfortunately, the outcome is not something that we have expected for. It's a very simple to the point intro, but it worked very nicely. And though as a mentor, I will say presentation won't make that huge difference, but when we read copies like this, life becomes very easier. There is no strike offs, less strike offs, handwriting is legible. Not everybody can have cursive writing and all those things, but if you have such good handwriting, maximize it. Okay, if you don't, then it's okay, you can try to work on the presentation part. one small thing that I have observed in her copy is like she has started using this side headings like uncertainty for individual, for institution. Okay. Remember this, no two people will have the same writing style. In this particular individual, her writing style is very good. She doesn't need the side headings. Okay, so don't copy side headings just because somebody else is doing it. You can think in the brainstorming part or in your mental compartments. Okay, you can say this is individual dimension, this is institutional dimension, but you need not bring that onto the copy. You need not write it. Okay, it actually is not working for this particular individual. For me, on a personal level, if I write essays, I need that side headings because side headings is how I think. Okay, even my writing style is not flowy, so I write in breaks, blocks. Okay, so everyone can have his or her own style. Again, this is not feedback, this is for everyone. Okay, I will give individual feedbacks again. So some people have good flow of writing. Those who have flow don't use side headings. Those who are like me, who thinks in floors, first floor, second floor, third floor, you please write side headings. So different people, different styles. Okay, and and one more perspective. This is again my perspective. My old students or some students who have got evaluation from me will know. I encourage a solution oriented mindset. Okay, it's not only easy to say this is the problem, uncertainty will be there, blah blah blah. That is fine. The thing is, you also have to bring a mindset like how do I create that resilient mindset. Okay, in Pooja's copy you can find this. Okay, uh, how a individual can make him or herself very stronger, right? So here he talks about emotional intelligence. A individual has to learn a lot of emotional intelligence. Then families can act as a safety anchor and support systems so that we will get resilience. So in uncertain times, our certainty is probably our family. Again, it's 50-50 chances. But if you have a family and if they are your support system, it's easy for you to sail through the uncertainty. Among all the chaos, your family will act like an anchor. Okay, they will keep you on the right path. Okay. I think. Yeah. So she also talks about society, uh, the uncertainties in, you know, the summary is this like if you have good supportive systems, if you normalize things, automatically uncertainties can be reduced. So this is probably one thing that I didn't find in the other copies. Okay, there is also one more copy by uh Nuptunga, I guess. Okay, so probably we'll see her copy tomorrow, right? So I hope you got some kind of perspective on how people are writing. Yes, there are different styles to conclude these kind of essays. There is no one way to write a good essay, and there is no guarantee that every essay will get you 150 marks. But again, if 150 is uncertainty, you can reduce that uncertainty by doing the basic things properly, by practicing certain codes, by having some kind of stories to tell, presentation, basics. If you look at the space, neatness, and all those things, these are working on the certain things. Okay, known knowns, what we can control. The uncertain things are like the topics. Nobody know which topic will come, and UPSC might ask anything and everything. Then how you handle your uncertainty reveals your true character, right? This is exactly the same thing that you are trying to write as an essay, right? Okay. Now, having said all these things, I wanted to discuss two small topics. Think about it. What about topics which are not exactly philosophical but look like philosophical? Until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Okay. So this is the topic that I want you to ponder upon. Is it actually a philosophical topic? Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Do you understand the topic? Shall we proceed? Yes. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are partially philosophical. Okay. So if we have to put it under one syllabus line, for example, there are so many subtopics in GS 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay. So which two areas are the closest areas where you feel like this is a topic from, let's say, women issue, or this is a topic for some other disaster management, security? Very good. GS2 prisons, judicial reforms, society, and GS4. Okay. Any issue must be viewed as societal effect. Okay. Right to property. Okay. Very nice. Again, not the subtopics, the macro topic, right? Macro topic. The macro topic can be about social justice. Can we say this topic is more about social justice than any other topic? Ethics also? Why is it ethical or moral? I mean, if you stay silent, are we immoral? So that can be one line of thought. Okay, fine. Compassion aspect. Okay. Even mob justice. Again, these are all examples. Definitely, we will discuss about the examples. So macroly, this topic is about injustice. Okay. So unlike the 2 or 3 topics that we have discussed earlier, I encourage you to write, first of all, what is the definition of justice? After the intro part, whatever you do, you have to define what is justice. Without defining justice, if you go into if you venture into the writing the essay, that will create a lot of problems. So what is justice? So that has to be definitely discussed. Yes, you all know the routine drill, right? Like, is there a scope for agreeing, disagreeing in this particular topic? Do we have to agree, disagree? Is there a scope for agreeing, disagree? Only agree. Okay. So Hitesh is saying there is no disagree in this particular topic. This is a 100% agree topic. The rest of you? Disagree can be mob justice. So even the mob is participating in the injustice. That is what you're saying. Can be both. Outrage can cause undue pressure. Okay. So let's do the basic drill first, right? Theory of justice by John Rawls. Okay. How do you link that, Suraj? Like, all of us have justice can be served, but it is long. Okay. Instead of disagreeing, we can enlarge the topic. Yeah. Okay. So here again, that is very nicely put. Here maybe it's not possible to think only in the lines of disagree, agree, right? Because it's mostly about understanding the different keywords that are mentioned in this essay and the scope that it brings. For example, justice will not be served unless those who are unaffected are as outraged. Okay. So first of all, assume that justice will be delivered even if nobody is outraging. Okay, that is a perfect justice delivery system. Okay, that means if somebody is doing something wrong, automatically any injustice will be addressed. Okay, any injustice will be addressed is a utopian scenario. but it can exist, right? Like for example, the concept of Ramarajya. Okay, in scenarios like Ramarajya or ideal states, okay, where any injustice will be answered. Okay, even if you go to the Tamil king Elanan, uh, where the cow rings the bell, and all these are examples of justice will automatically be delivered. Justice will be swift. Justice will be firm, and it will take care of itself. So this code will become totally useless in such a utopian ideal worlds where justice is done without anybody being outraged. Okay, but thanks to flawed societies, flawed human beings, we all live in a society where justice is not actually being delivered unless sometimes we outrage. So the term I will add is on my own. So, sometimes. Okay, now we can enter into the other philosophical aspects, other structural aspects. So the essay will totally move from philosophy to technical part, right? You have to talk about why people are not being not outraging. Okay, why are we silent in larger cases? Okay, what happens when we are in silent? So please remember, the topic is, as someone has mentioned, it's a partially philosophical topic. There is a very less amount of scope where you can have that breathing space where you bring in that philosophical thought process. It becomes more of a technical in nature. You have to discuss why people are not getting justice in time, what is overall perspective, because the moral angle is also somehow pushing us back to the technical angle, right? If injustice is happening in front of me, as someone has said, mob lynching, if I'm not doing something about it, okay, then again I'm encouraging the injustice, right? So this is a very uh, nice area where UPSC can explore, because now that we are all preparing for philosophical topics, a totally technical topic can be discussed as a philosophical topic where you won't have a large amount of scope to bring in the analytical process, right? So is this a topic narrow or broad? Very broad. Okay, broad for scope. So tell me in simple terms, why are the unaffected not outraging? They think they won't be affected ever. Okay, so you are saying privilege to avoid any trouble, fear of being wronged. Hmm. Indifferent apathy attitude. Yes, apathy comes from privilege, right? To maintain status quo. Compliance behavior. Okay, so the majority are compliance. See, can we bring in the Nazi Germany here? Can we bring in, the Germans who are supporting the Nazis and that led to the execution of Jews? Follow old traditional hierarchical order. Yes, so that will be a very good example for casteism. Again, Holocaust and all these things are example for the German examples. Unnecessary problems. We are afraid of taking risks. Okay, now please give me some examples. One I gave Nazi example where the majority was silent, or they were complacent, like they are also participating. Any contemporary example? Racism is Europe's problems or world problems, but why, sir? Palestine example. Okay. Karthik, please elaborate on that quote. How do you link it to the topic? Caste discrimination. Pulan Devi example, Banwari Devi example will be nice, right? I mean, the unfortunate example of Banwari Devi, where she was raped because she objected to the village elders. I hope all of you know Banwari Devi example, right? I think it's Banwari Devi only, right? Heroes apathy for the world's problem is hypocrisy. Okay. LGBT discrimination is not seen as injustice by the masses. Female genital mutilation in Africa. Okay. Even in India, we have some right. Yes. Iran supporting the suppression of by Iran executive. Hmm. So those who are unaffected. Any examples from India? Haldwani exam. Okay, so the Uttarakhand railway occupation example, but on humanistic aspect. So that's a catch-22 situation, Sumit. Probably I will steer clear of it because if I enter into that debate as a liberal, I will say illegal occupation is wrong. Like I mean, the burden of liberal is to take the side of the law. That law has to do its own duty. So it's a complicated process. Corruption, money for vote. Yes, those who are actually affected are vote taking the money, right? Maheshwari. So maybe if you think about it, that's an opposite example. People won't feel outraged by injustice because they don't identify. Exactly, that is a very good dimension. Palestine example will be fine. H. Bhopal gas tragedy. See, Bhopal gas tragedy, Nirbhaya incident, or Hyderabad Priyanka Reddy's case, and all these things. I think people are outraged, right? So they are examples for outrage. No single strong out voice for terrorism. Very good. Terrorism anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere, or threat to peace everywhere. Now, NIMBY syndrome, like not in my backyard. As long as it is not affecting me, uh, it doesn't make any difference to me. There was a news about IAS officer who made stadium vacate for the walk for the dogs. Yeah. Limited understanding of collective rights and responsibility. Okay. Bora community. Yes, exactly. Climate justice. Fine. Electoral bonds, many are silent about them because most people, can we add ignorance to this list? Most people are ignorant. So that is why they are not even happy. They are not even outraged. Okay. If you want to go technically, you can talk about Article 370, right? But again, some people may not consider it as injustice. So, okay. Tribal displacement, very good. Internal displaced people, IDPs. Even in the COVID pandemic, see, what about the reverse migration during COVID? Many people have walked back to their villages. Is it injustice? Were we outraged or did we do something about it? Think, what about that reverse migration? Most people are tired with their lives, so people adapt to not get any. It's a coping mechanism. Or again, my privilege, my comfort zone, everything protects me from all this kind of drama. Yes. Difference in election manifesto to when parties is in rule. Okay. Bilkis Bano case again. Shall we use it as a negative example or a positive example? Did people outrage only some sections? Okay. So none of you have answered the question. Like, what about reverse migration? Is it injustice? Should we be outraged? Or yes, Parliament is not functioning up to the mark. That is also a good example. But a lot of NGO and people also have helped in the path, right? Like they have set up, uh, camps. They gave food. They shared the pain of the migrants. Again, freebies is totally subjective argument. Yes, mindless freebies, definitely people have to be outraged because money is unnecessarily being wasted. So mindless freebies, populist measures should be condemned. One other reason is indifference of people is that feeling that done away even without outrage. Okay, fine, good. Next, what is the other scope? Will the outrage from unaffected make any change? If I outrage as an educated person, if I outrage as a UPS aspirant, if you outrage and everybody like us outrage, will it make a change? Are there any positive examples where outrage has led to some uh, solution? Nirbhaya, Chipko, RTI, Farm Bills, Me Too movement, okay. Lokpal and Lokayukta back, okay. Greta Thunberg, climate change, outrage, very good. Hmm. Anna Hazare corruption, yes, all Lokpal Lokayukta movement. Any contemporary? Mental health awareness. Okay. I didn't get the Tyagaraja Stadium IAS officers. Maybe I missed that news. I don't know. Section 377 LGBT. Okay. IAS officer. Acha, acha, acha. Okay. Ha. Indian Express. Ha. Okay, fine. I was not aware of the stadium's name. Nazi Foundation. Yes. Issue over Xinjiang province and labor issues in China. Okay. Outrage. Section 377. Section 497 is outrage. I was not aware. Yes. Joseph Shine case. Did people outrage for decriminalization of adultery? Kailas Satyarthi. Kailas Satyarthi again will be individual example. Suman, maybe child labor. So did he outrage? Again, Rohit, the same problem. Sterlite is definitely a good example. Armed Forces Special Power Act in Northeast region. Uh, Women were outraged, right? Unnao rape case. Yes, definitely. So outrage has actually led to some changes. What about this Agnipath? Does that come under this territory? Shabarimala temple entry after the judgment. Farm bills. Women participation in army grade level post. Yes, permanent commission for women. Outrage only by impacted by people in case of Agnipath. So outrage did not lead to any outcomes. So can we think in those lines? Black Lives Matter, definitely. Definitely, that is a wonderful example, Karthik. Black Lives Matter. No positive income in the broader way from Agnipath. Okay, so there is no point in outrage in Agnipath. Okay, hijab issue, people outraged, Supreme Court verdict. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, three capital issues in AP. Hmm. Nothing happened even after all the outrage in the people. This is the same is for farm bills, right? So technically speaking, farm bill has led to, I mean, the protest led to repeal of farm bills, but actually it is a progressive thing. So not all outrages are important. Again, that is my question, right? Sumit, I was asking about Agnipath. What about Agnipath? Should we use it? Should we ignore it? Is there a problem with Agnipath? In spite of good things like farmer bills and Agnipath, outrage is coming. So people feel it's injustice because it is implemented overnight. So rather than should we go for piecemeal approach? Like Impur case, anti-Sabarimala. Okay, all outrages are not good. Some outrages lead to issues. Okay, historical example. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So again, my intention is all of you can understand. All these examples are in your brain. All you have to do is like collect them in an orderly fashion. Whenever you see injustice or justice, you can sort out very nicely. Okay, every Supreme Court judgment is a dimension in my essay. Every criticism towards Supreme Court is my dimension towards essay. So can we say is government outraging towards collegium system? A more inclusive decision making would avoid such outrage. Misinformation leads to outrage. We are discussing outrage from unaffected make changes. How did Agnipath fit in? So Agnipath is not an example, right? I'm not saying Agnipath is here, right? Here I'm saying Agnipath is an example where we talk about in spite of outrages, nothing might happen. So that is like third dimension. I'm not saying that unaffected outrage will lead to justice. So Agnipath is not the example there. We are still in that same side heading. Okay, so this part will come under later outward. Outrage towards criminalization of politics is necessary. Political ambit of RTA is necessary, but people are not outraging. So how do we change? So should we talk about overall only justice system, or should we talk about society also? End of the day, solutions are more important, right? Yes, we will outrage, we will not outrage. Both examples we have. Now, how to create a system where justice will be smooth, justice will be automatic. Justice in essay is more broad than just legal justice. So should we extend it to society also? Or overall? Okay, fine. Because if we talk only about, we can talk about gender justice, climate justice. So overall, a lot of cases should be taken care of societal. Yes. So again, here the conclusion can be as broad as possible, right? So see, for example, if India is outraging towards the climate justice, is the world actually changing? So can we go to international level also, like the net zero emissions and the climate funding, the technological transfer? Hmm? Yes. Is India's outrage making any difference? Concept of historical polluters, one step at a time. Yes, one dimension, one to take unaffected people on board. International Solar Alliance, okay. Yes. So now tell me, is this topic easy or difficult? Very easy, right? Yeah. Light topic. It's not very easy. I mean, is it easy? Yes. Easy until Sumit is getting smarter, right? Easy until I write. Initially difficult, now easy. Okay. So all those silent batches, okay. How to enlighten again, so the simple thing is I have given you three perspectives. One is people have to outrage to give you justice. Sometimes justice will deliver on its own. There is a problem with the justice delivery mechanism. We have to change the justice delivery mechanism. So whatever we have done is technically called as brainstorming, right? So everything that we know on the particular topic we have dumped onto the copy. Okay, right? Now you have to think of intro, the side heading one, all the dimensions, side heading two, that is counter arguments. Will justice be delivered, etc., etc. Difficult prima facie, easier after brainstorming. Okay, formulating it is an easy, getting difficult like that. We got all these examples. Exactly. So how do you formulate all these things into the story? So from starting to ending, you need to have a story, right? See, think of yourself as Rajamouli. You want to tell a story, right? What is the story here? We are talking about a story where somebody is getting like injustice is happening, but unless somebody is talking about it, justice is not being delivered. So our ultimate goal or the climax is what? To get justice to as many people as possible without outraging. See, outrage will happen irrespective of the perfection of the good system. Okay, if we technically think about it, even in Rama Raja, when Rama is the king, okay, the you know, somebody had a complaint, somebody had a grievance against Rama himself. That is why Rama was forced to send Sita to forest. Okay, so everybody will have some kind of grievance. When individual grievances accumulate, it will become a societal grievance that will lead to outrage. Okay, the best example is Nirbhaya. All of us had some issue with women security safety. Nirbhaya shook our collective conscience. Because our collective conscience was severely affected, it forced us to come and do one platform, or else on an individual basis. Even today, every one of us have some complaint. Okay, when the common complaints club together, it becomes outrage, or else individual outrages are not going to make any difference. So grievance redressal mechanism in the right tone is very important to reduce outrage in the first place. Okay, so it can be of anything. Somebody should be receptive, and we have to collectively change that mindset where we think in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in action. That means anybody getting injustice or any human being having his or her rights violated, okay, it will also affect my rights. So to move to such an enlightened society, we need education, critical thinking, value systems. So again, it boils down to ethics, right? If all of us are good human beings, we will understand the pain of the fellow human beings. So if that is the story that you want to tell, automatically it will make more impact. Okay. Any historical dimensions also can include contemporary outrage towards historical doing. Cancel culture, I won't encourage it as a outrage. Cancel culture is about too woke of a society, right? People are now over like thinking. The best example is French Revolution. Outrage historical wrongdoings necessary or adding to communalism. Any historical dimensions? Okay, contemporary outrage towards historical wrongdoings. See, there are two ways to look at the past history. One way, one outrage towards history can be like this. Good number of people have been ignored. So instead of whitewashing history, bringing fact as fact is a good thing. Okay, whereas unnecessary, discussion about history will lead to the communalism thing. So not all outrages are worth it. So you can use the history dimension very nicely. One to say outrage is leading to awareness. One to say outrage is leading to communalism. Good addition, Sumit. That's a nice dimension. Yes. Okay. Are we done? Is cancel culture an outrage? Can we use cancel culture? It's a contemporary thing. How many of you know what is cancel culture? It's more than outrage. Can we? No, cancel culture is more like the boycott Bollywood. especially after the unfortunate death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Okay, so cancel culture is like where people are woke. So the most visible example is engages. Okay, it's to cancel out somebody without giving them the chance to view their perspective. Is definitely cancel culture is a cancer, but cancel culture is has slowly see the Anand movement in USA has slowly spread to India after Sushant Singh Rajput case, right? Okay, so recently the best example is uh, Patan movie. Okay, so some sections of the society found that Patan movie is derogatory and all those things, so they want the movie to be boycotted. So is it about the movie or the fundamental rights where freedom of speech has to be implemented? Because having freedom of speech is justice. Cancel culture is injustice in a way. Twitter trials sort of, yes, definitely all social media trials. Outrage may affect the rational judgment. Sometimes mob mentality, we will go with the crowd. Okay. Yeah. So some of you are not reading newspapers. That is very evident. Those who are participating, I encourage you to read newspapers because newspapers will add a lot of examples, fodder material. Every day you read newspapers, you don't even have to struggle to bring in examples. And if you are writing let's say exam on 14th, okay, even if you write examples from 12th and 13th of that month, it will add a lot of value because it will be contemporary, unique. Very few people will actually add such examples. So always try to be updated because the possibility of people writing about Gandhi, Savitribai Phule, or Dr. Ambedkar and all these people is true. You will also write it, but very few people will actually write the most latest examples. So the more latest, the more contemporary, the better. That means if you are writing an essay tomorrow and not writing about Joshimath example or some other contemporary thing, for example, the Delhi case where the girl was dragged for 10 kilometers or so under a car, that should lead to some kind of moral outrage in the society. Our collective conscience should be shook, right? Or the Tamil Nadu example where the twin tumbler was in the news. Okay, where even today untouchability is practiced in a different format, right? Are you aware of the twin tumbler news? Hmm. Yes. So those who don't know, please read newspapers. Ryan International example. Yes, Ryan International is a very good example of where the cleaner was punished. The water tank issue. Yes. Was even the cases like Disha. If you don't know the Ryan International School in Bengaluru, I think, okay, a bus cleaner or conductor was hurriedly punished. Okay, so he was convicted for raping or molesting a child under the POCSO Act. Then later, 3 months down the line, it was found that he was not actually the culprit. So the moral outrage may not actually lead to justice in all the cases. So that can also be one line of thought. And if you look at the Villupuram case, okay, moral outrage is not there in the larger part of the society. We all talk about social justice, but it is always in the pockets. It is always in the individual examples. So I encourage you to read and bring all those contemporary example. More latest, the better. Okay. So I will give you one more topic, food for thought. Definitely, Hyderabad Disha case led to outrage, but it did not lead to justice. Did we discuss this topic? Evil is always possible. Goodness is eternally difficult. Evil is always possible. Goodness is eternally difficult. Okay. Okay. Right. How many of you are strong in Indian mythology? For example, Ramayana, Mahabharata, the sub stories, Akbar Birbal stories. Yes, that is totally your stand, Pooja. You can bring in Nelson Mandela. Difficulty of Being Good by Guru Charan Das is a fantastic book about Mahabharata. Why uh, fake news? Okay, so again, what I want you to do is brainstorm. Okay, I won't be discussing this topic now because you people have already gotten used to the basic brainstorming part. What we will do is take a pen and paper, brainstorm on your own because collectively everybody looks smart, right? Like in the chat box, the chat is flowing. Okay, I know this, I know this, I know this. But are you able to think that? Okay, the test lies in at least brainstorming. So brainstorming you can do if you cannot sit and write for 1.5 hours, at least for 20 minutes you can sit and think. Okay, write whatever you can think on this particular topic. Okay, yes. Tomorrow we will discuss. If possible, post it in the group or send me on a personal level in the Telegram. I will look at the brainstormings. If you have brainstormed, actually, that will help you because I seriously have no problem even if 3 people are attending this session. Okay, but no, those three should do something, right? Brainstorm, learn, grow. So one day when you write your in your mains hall, you should like feel okay. Essay is not such a big deal. Philosophical essays definitely are not such a big deal. Okay, so collective wisdom is good, but it's also not working all the time. Okay, so please take pen and paper, 20 minutes, sit with this topic. Evil is always possible and goodness is eternally difficult. Why is being evil easy and why is being good difficult? Okay, even Guru Charan Das have to write a book saying difficulty of being good. And if you go back into the entire mythology, there are 2 people. One is Harishchandra, the other one is Dharmaraja, the Yudhishthir. Okay, these 2 people try to be good as much as possible. But what did good lead to? Good lead to harsh life problems, loss of kingdom, loss of family. Harishchandra had to give up everything. Dharmaraja has to give up everything. So is it actually very difficult to being good? Okay, so why is evil so easy? That means doing corruption, etc. Corruption comes to us very naturally. Vijay Mallya is the best example in the contemporary times. If you look at the what is his name? Duryodhana. Okay, so being evil is easy for us, being difficult is good. So good people did not win in life. Good people will always have problems, right? Good people will suffer, and there is no incentive for good people in today's world. So I just want you to ponder. Yes, Ashok Kemka is recently transferred, actually 56th time, I guess. Okay, so is he actually good? What is good? What is bad? What is evil? So what looks like good is actually good or evil? Too many things to think, too many examples to ponder upon. Have fun with this topic. Okay, uh, take a pen and paper whenever you are comfortable. Sit. Yes, brainstorm, write, learn, grow. Share it with me. We will discuss with everyone again tomorrow, same time. Not tomorrow. Sorry. Next Wednesday. My bad. Next Wednesday. So we'll discuss by next Wednesday. In between that, I will post the same topics in the group. So from this Thursday till next Wednesday, try to write at least 2 essays, brainstorm all these topics, then you will grow. Do this for 1 week. If you're not finding any development, any improvement in your overall thought process, you can happily move on to whatever you are doing, right? But try to do something about it. Okay, I hope the topic is interesting enough. We will do it. Fifth transfer, last one. Okay, fine, thank you. Yeah, will you brainstorm at least? No, my question is brainstorming. I don't. Yes, So there are so many people who are silent in the group. See, again, those who are new here, most people don't know me, right? You can happily participate, right? Okay, you don't need to know me to follow the instructions, right? If it is helping you, you will grow. Okay, so if you don't know me, again, my name is Kalyan, right? So that should be the beginning of the session, but it's fine. But my intention is to force you to write. Okay, right? We will discuss the same topic next Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. Okay, any questions? You don't have to read books. One short trick is read book summaries. In YouTube, there are wonderful channels which will summarize books. Or if you are walking on a regular basis, podcasts are also good. Ethical debates. Okay, book reviews, book summaries. Even if you read them, also you'll have a lot of knowledge. You can use that knowledge. Source to read summaries. YouTube, I think there are 1 or 2 channels, right? Indian Express also have book reviews. How to organize that into a flow? Please, if you have written at least one essay, share it with me. I will tell you whether you are actually having that flow or not. Productivity something is the YouTube channel's name for Hitesh. So please do share it with me, H. And what other tricks are there to get a lot of knowledge in less amount of time? Book summaries, book reviews, podcasts. Reading anecdotes. Okay, and this Times of India, they have this uh, speaking tree. Speaking tree in spending time with quality people. That will definitely help, Jitender. Satsang. Speaking tree is also a wonderful good source for philosophical topics. They will give you a lot of insights. How to be macro level thinking than micro. Again, constitution is the boundary, syllabus copy is the macro headings, right? Okay. So I will really wait for your brainstorming copies. Okay. And those who have written the copies, I have evaluated the copies. All I have to do is give the voice over and send it. Traveling in public transport will give a lot of enlightenment in the shortest time possible. Yes. Yeah. Okay, then see you all next Wednesday. Thank you for participating. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to help, irrespective of you essay. I deal with ethics, current affairs, prelims preparation, personal mentorship, anything, whatever you want UPSC, I can discuss it with you. It is totally up to you, right? All the best. Yeah. Take care. Yeah. Bye.